G'day everyone, it's Engelo Rumora here. I'm your favorite Australian and the real estate dingo, and I'm bringing you another abso-freaking-lutely fantastic vlog. And today we're talking about our arch nemesis, guys. We're talking about tenants. And I'm going to give you 3 ways of how to pick good tenants and a little secret hot sauce on top of those 3 ways. So let's get started. Now, before we get into Dingo's secret hot sauce tip on picking good tenants, I just want to cover these 3 basic ways of evaluating if a tenant is going to be the right fit for your property. Now, before we get into that, I just want to tell you this. You have to get rid of that mindset that all tenants are bad. I mean, guys, these folks are your business partners. They put money in your pocket every single month, so treat them with respect. Send them the gift card, the gift basket, wish them Merry Christmas, yada, yada, yada. You get my drift. You have to do it, okay? You have to try and treat these people with respect because ultimately they're the ones that are going to be allowing you to live the lifestyle that you desire, okay? So anyway, let's get into it. The first thing that you need to do is you need to check for their income, right? So income verification check. The tenants have to be earning 3 times the monthly rent. That's kind of a guideline that I like to follow and my property management company follows. So just to make numbers very, very simple for you guys. If the rent for that property is $1,000 per month, your tenants' combined income, could be husband and wife or pets might have a job or whatever, right? Anyway, $3,000 per month is what they should be earning, should be the absolute minimum. So $1,000 per month in rent, they should be bringing home $3,000 net. What we really like to see is if the rent is even under $1,000. So for example, the rent is $800 and they're bringing $3,000 in net rent. It's just a little bit of an additional cushion there. Now, what's really mesmerizing, I just want to touch on this. I just came back from Korea and Japan, and over there, the rent that folks pay is actually only a quarter of their monthly income, which is just mesmerizing, and that's why there's literally 0 evictions in Korea and Japan. Anyway, side note there. The second thing that you guys need to do is a background check, okay? You need to make sure that these folks don't have any criminal background. Unfortunately, guys, you know, even though what happened in the past is not necessarily a right indication of what's going to happen in the future, people change, people make mistakes, but still, it is a pretty good indication of what someone's personality might be like or what their character might be like. So you need to do a background check. You definitely don't want to put someone in your property that has, you know, a severe criminal background for felonies or God knows what not. Now, granted, if it's a 15 to 20-year-old felony, I would kind of try and maybe turn a blind eye to it or just try and work out a deal. Say, look, can you put down 3 months rent in advance? Can you give me a deposit, you know, for first month's rent and, you know, $2,000 in the bloody whatever? I don't care. Just try and figure out a way where you can potentially protect yourself by getting additional funds in advance, right? I remember renting to a few, I'm not going to mention the name, but we were able to get like 6 months of rent in advance. I'll take that deal any single day of the week. Just the fact that someone can save 6 months of rent in advance or even a year in advance speaks volumes to me, right? And the last but not least is eviction history. And this, guys, is an automatic no, fail, you're done, I don't want to rent my property to you. Now, why I say that is, look, food and shelter are the 2 most important things to humanity, okay? Food and shelter. I was broke once upon a time. I was starving, I couldn't eat, but I scraped every single dollar I had to afford the roof over my head. So if a tenant gets evicted once upon a time, they're not just disrespecting you as the landlord, they are disrespecting themselves. And that is something that we tell all of our tenants. So in my opinion, anyone that has an eviction on their record, I don't care if it's 257 years old, you are automatically disqualified. Now, granted, if they say that there was a miscommunication with the court because they actually paid out the remainder of the lease to the landlord and they vacated the property and the court somehow accidentally mistook that and still filed the eviction, blah, 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 blah. Try and confirm that with the landlord. I know it sounds a little bit sus, right? Sus means weird in Australia, doesn't matter. So, you know, we have rented to a few people that have had evictions on their record, but it really, look, they sold us on a good story and it made sense, and believe it or not, it actually worked out, and they stayed and paid for quite a long time, okay? So there could be inconsistencies with the filings when it comes to the justice system. So just make sure that that is definitely accurate, what they are saying, if they try and sell you on their story, okay? Now, last but not least, is Dingo's secret hot sauce. So guys, I want you to evaluate someone's character. I'm not sure if this is legally allowed or not, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We can talk about legals in another block. So if someone is complaining about the light bulb in one of your rentals, which has just recently been renovated, and it's nothing sexy, nothing flash, very fundamental, clean, efficient, everything's gonna work, you've priced the property correctly, the area is desirable, but they start talking about the blinds or the light or the color of the walls, freaking move to Beverly Hills. Go to an A-class area. By all means, try and live in the Taj Mahal. I don't know what to tell you, but that, I'm telling you guys, is a recipe for disaster. You are going to get a lot of miscellaneous little complaints. These people are gonna freaking nag on your life, on your soul. You don't want that. I'm telling you, it doesn't matter how much money they make. It doesn't matter freaking how much deposit they're willing to put down. It doesn't matter if they're willing to pay your rent for 17 years in advance. It's an automatic no, because you will never hear the end of these little miscellaneous BS problems which are non-existent. If someone is not happy with themselves and from within, they won't be happy with anything or anyone else. I promise you that. So guys, that pretty much concludes my vlog for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. This was a little bit of a fun one. Hey, comment below. I'd love to hear any additional tips that you guys might utilize in evaluating tenants or picking good tenants for your property. And until next time, that's pretty much it. I'm Engelo Rumora. I'm your favorite Australian and the real estate dingo. You guys have a great day.